Welcome back. You have rejoined the exciting adventures of Beefstick the Barbarian. Last time, we went around Durford, talked to a few people, talked to Lord Herond, who's looking for his missing daughter, tried to get information about her. People weren't very forthcoming, but they did tell me, the barkeep did tell me I should maybe talk to the leather worker. I also found out that the woman, the Orlin woman that was accused of murdering a bunch of babies in Defiance Bay, is upstairs at the inn, so we'll go see her. But let's listen to this here bard first.
How do you do?
A redhead stands by the fire, tuning her lute and plucking its strings. She hums snatches of a melody as she goes. First time at the Dracogen? Normally I'd have a song ready, but I haven't quite worked out this tune yet. I'm writing some chants about the founding of this inn. Say, you interested in this story? I haven't finished the chants, but I could tell you all the same. Yeah, I'm interested. Palagina rolls her golden eyes and exhales for an excessively long time through her nose. Listen, Palagina, if you're the type that wants me to skip through the dialogue and not read the lore entries, then you hitched on with the wrong group. Because I'm the leader, and I read everything, and I mean everything. So, sorry. It was built in the time of Hadrit's rebellion, and the Durin lady Thanu once had a keep here. One of the towers still stands, but the rest is said to be buried under the village. Anyway, she stuck to the side of the Empire, and a contingent of Duke Hadrit's Knights of the Crucible helped the farmers and colonists in the area turn her keep to rubble. This inn was the first building that sprang up from the ruin. Built with some of the same bricks the colonists had pulled from Lady Thanu's castle, they say. Supposedly, the quarterstaff of her chief wizard even got lost in the construction, mortared into a wall or nailed under a floorboard. Anyway, the inn was supposed to be a haven and a meeting place while the locals built their new town. What do you mean, supposed to be? Durwoodens are an ornery lot. And the more these new neighbors met, the more they argued. They realized they didn't agree on much beside ousting the old lord. The biggest divide was over the Glanthathans and their nearby ruins. Hadrit's knights and their supporters wanted to keep the peace, but a group of misfits with more archaic leanings had formed in town and wanted to go after the tribes the same way they'd gone after their lord. Soon the villagers were fighting each other as much as with the Adurns. In the end, memories of the Broken Stone War and the War of Black Trees were fresh enough that the Duke's soldiers won the day. Most of the other villagers came around eventually, but some of the core troublemakers left to join the front lines of the War of Defiance, and others, I've heard, found their way into the Guided Compass, the most forward-looking of the Glanthathan tribes. I don't know if I believe that part myself, but it makes a good story. She points to the east wall. There's a portrait of one of the chief rabble-rousers and his rival in the peacekeeping faction. Someone's idea of a joke. I don't think they were particularly amused. Oh, that was the picture of the quote-unquote lovers. Alright, that makes sense now. That's cool. I'm glad they gave context to that painting. I want to hear about the Broken Stone War. That was the first major conflict between the original Adurn settlers and the Glanthathans. Happened 3 years into colonization when some farmers knocked over an Adra menhir that was part of an Engwithan ruin. The war didn't last long, but it spread quickly and claimed thousands. In the early weeks, most of the colonists didn't even realize there was a war going on until the Glanthathan raiders hit their village. There'd be small, spontaneous skirmishes between the colonists and the locals before then, but this was organized, and it was the start of decades of violence between the colonists and the Glanthathans. As you can see, Durwood's full of history, even in little villages like this. Tell me about the War of Black Trees. It started back in the colonial days, almost 30 years after the Broken Stone War. Even though isolated conflicts still broke out between the settlers and the Glanthethans, both sides had officially agreed to peace. Edreng Hadret, Admeth's father, was Gref at the time. As part of peace negotiations, he'd signed treaties prohibiting Adern colonists from rooting in Gwithan ruins. However, he'd been unable to outlaw the use of captured Glanthethans as slaves. I see. Indeed, the taking of Glanthathan slaves had continued to be a source of conflict. It came to a head when Imperial agents, aided by certain earls in the Durwood, began looting the ruins again. See, the Empire had never actually agreed to Hadret's treaties on the matter, and the recent secession of the Valian republics likely left them eager to weaken Hadret's position. The looting sparked a brutal slave uprising and a guerrilla campaign among the Glanthethans. Edreng Hadret was too old to lead forces into battle, and so he sent his son, Admeth. Admeth made a costly but effective decision that ended the war faster than anyone could have imagined. He burned a forest near Iska Ian River to keep the Glanthathan war bands from retreating. Thousands of Glanthethans died, and as Admeth repeated his scorched earth tactics in the following months, he wore down the remainder of their forces. To this day, over 150 years later, there are still sections of the Durwood where the trees are nothing but bare, charred trunks. Alright, well thank you for that. That was an interesting little history lesson.
Your will, Watcher. Your will, Watcher.
Who's coming upstairs? Oh, is this the Orlan lady? She's got guards. It's not him, don't worry. The Orlan hovers by the window, peering out of it every few seconds. As you enter the room, she watches you carefully, her hand hovering over her stiletto. She cranes her head to peer behind you. Anyone follow you? Who sent you? Someone told me you were responsible for heinous killings in Defiance Bay. Let me guess. Was that someone named Madreth? She draws her stiletto. It's a lie, plain and simple. I got on the wrong side of his employers, and now he's after me. But if you're here to do his dirty work, I won't make it easy on you. Relax, relax. I want to hear your side of the story. I'm not looking to fight. Yeah, I don't necessarily believe Medrith. What story? The Dumanos came after me. I just happened to rob the wrong people. How was I supposed to know they'd already claimed it? She runs her hands under her hood and through her hair. It was an honest mistake. I'm just trying to survive now. And if you spoke with Medrith, you know where he's waiting. Please help me get out of here. Well, I have to make a decision. I can't leave now and get more evidence. I have to decide whether to help her escape, whether to lead her into a trap, or just kill her. Well, I'm definitely not attacking her and siding with the Dumanos, because the Dumanos hate me, and quite frankly, I hate the Dumanos. So, screw those guys. And Medrith... No, you know what? I'm gonna help her out. Go east. Medrith's waiting for you just west of the river. She nods slowly. Alright, I'm trusting you. Don't have much choice. See if you can send him the other way. That should buy me some more time. She follows the hooded figures towards the stairs, giving you a final, uncertain glance as she passes through the door. Hopefully this pays off and she rewards me in the future. But if not, well, hopefully I didn't just aid a murderer. But I had to make a judgment call. And now to loot her room. Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
Laying low.
What? Why?
if I've read this one before. Admeth Hadra, Part 1, Rise to Power. Little could one know that the man who once destroyed part of his own country with fire would become Durwood's most beloved leader. Martyred in the war he started to free his people from an oppressive rule. There isn't a Durwoodan who doesn't know of or revere Admeth for what he did. Strangely, even though there are records of his father Edrang's childhood, and even though he was raised in nobility in the Durwood, while it was still Eddar territory, information about Admeth's early years is nearly impossible to find. Admeth is not known for his childhood, though. He is known for saving the Durwood and uniting it with its sworn enemy, the Glanthathans. In 2652 AI, the Durwoodan troubles with the Fairkening were at a boiling point. Several of the earls under Edrang's rule, provoked by the imperial court in Eddar, resumed looting the ruins around Durwood and the Glanthathans held sacred. When the Glanthathans finally retaliated, it was overwhelmingly brutal and resulted in a slave uprising. Galvin Regd, whom Edrang had fought before, resumed control of the Glanthathan troops. Regd was also able to convince some Delangan to join the fight. Edrang was at this point far too old to lead his forces into battle, so he sent his son Admeth in his place to contain the threat. Admeth, true to form as the son of Edrang, and obviously having learned tactics from his father, made a dangerous but effective tactical decision. In order to prevent Regd's troops from using the woods as cover and to keep them from advancing through his land, set fire to the forest at a tributary of the Iska Uar River, and positioned his troops to prevent any of the Glanthathan forces from retreating. This tactic proved to be effective. While some Glanthathans and Delangan were able to escape, thousands died. In the skirmish that followed, Galvin Regd was captured and sent to be held in New Heomar. Admeth was able to do what his father spent decades trying to do. He stopped Galvin Regd. The conflict with the Glanthathans continued for several months, and Admeth repeated the scorched earth tactics several times to flush the opposing forces from key battlefields. He was able to bring the conflict to an end before the year ended. While it was a win for the Durwoodans, it was very costly as well. Because of his tactic, the conflict earned the name the War of Black Trees. After Edrang's death in 2654, Admeth became the Gref of Durwood, to the dismay of the imperial court and other earls. Over the course of the next year, they defied his rule at every turn, rebuking his decrees and countermanding his directives. In 2655 AI, Admeth had had enough. Even though he lacked support from most of the earls, he was admired by both the Valian dukes and all the common folk. Backed by this support, he issued an ultimatum to the Fairkening to anoint him a Gref Palatine. The Fairkening, unwilling to deal with a rebellion while trying to establish a new Vorlas trade in Reitsaris, agreed. Admeth then held authority and legal power over the earls, their holdings, and their titles. The Durwood was no longer a Grefrum, but instead a Palatinate. This change reduced the Fairkening's power over the region. With this new power, Admeth quickly brought the rebellious earls into line. But in exchange for the power, Admeth invested time and money into all of the Durwood's ports and trade posts, dramatically increasing shipping traffic. This helped the earls and brought in more money for the Fairkening. This painting portrays the expansive foothills below the mountains of White March. This painting depicts a forested ravine somewhere in the living lands. Oh, very nice.
Time to see and not be seen.
I can do that. I can do that.
I don't have enough lockpicks? Well, that's a bummer. Alright, I'll have to get some lockpicks. I'll loot this place later. and or more skill. Orient de Medici. You see a man, eyes tight on a couple down a cobblestone road. Easy for me to say. He moves a little too obviously, a little too naturally, and his eyes never leave her mussed curls as he shadows them from a building to building. The woman laughs drunkenly, hand entwined within another belonging to a sharp-nosed noble. Flawless doublet, slightly too small for his generous frame. She brushes against him as they move, clearly far too intimate for her shadow's liking. His eyes narrow to angry slits as the couple slip into an opulent doorway, and the nobleman's hand slips down her dress. Her breath shortens into gasps, and she leads into him further, moaning. The spectator pauses, mouth pressed shut, veins bulging. He slides along the wall, dagger in hand, and just as the woman bites into the nobleman's doublet, he steps out. It's over in moments. He closes his eyes, dagger sipping from his blood-slickened hand, and bolts. Theorn! You see a tall figure pacing the edges of a carpet corner to corner. Fingers twitching in irritation, the sound of battle grow ever closer, snaking its way through caves and corridors. Past doors and soldiers, and the mage paces. Throwing his door open, he strides through the refurbished cave, taking scrolls from shelves and demanding potions from terrified grunts. Kicking a fallen chair from his path, he returns to his room, pacing, readying himself. As the enemy grows closer and closer, he begins casting, spell after spell, defenses, additional vigor, traps. Just as his skin hardens into metal, they stride in, swords flying and arrows buzzing. Last chance to rethink this, he says. An arrow whistles by his head in answer. He sighs, and his lips thin with effort as he begins his onslaught. There are 6 of them, but soon there are 4, and 3, and 1. For the last, he takes a dagger to be sure, throwing it directly into the Orland's temple. The man topples. None get back up. The mage barks into the hallway, receiving naught but silence in response. Frustrated, he begins to dispose of the bodies. The last person standing. Well, I can't loot that with them right there. The glass of this window is broken, warped, knotted planks have been nailed over it. Alright, that does it for this inn. Let's go tell these guys that she's coming west when she obviously went east. He picks at a long blade of grass. Found Nifra yet? I'm ready to get out of here. She snuck out the back of the inn and went north. He squints at you, pulling the grass into 2 flimsy threads. Did she now? And how would you have known that? Ah, crap. He caught me out in the lie. Oh, looks like I'm fighting these guys. I was just hoping you'd believe me. Medjov draws his blade. Don't worry. I'll catch up to her right after I take care of you. Yeah. That's what you think, but that's not how this is going to go down. Oh, Palgina's in front. That's going to work.
Que?
In fact, by chance, I'm kind of lined up exactly how I'd like to be lined up. So, stabby stabby?
Yeah?
Slashy slashy.
Hey,
Bashy bashy.
Hi?
Alright, let's check out some of these cipher abilities.
what?
Endurance, lay down some radiance, and let's do this. To be honest, I probably don't need any of these, because these guys are all gonna die real soon, but alright, here we go.
Useless!
This thing isn't doing the job.
Yeah?
Que?
Huh?
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Oops.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
I'm ready.
Hi?
Que?
Well, so much for that.
I'm ready.
What?
How may I help?
What?
Que?
Yeah?
Huh?
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Clever, stoic, diplomatic, passionate, rational, honest, deceptive. Doesn't really mesh with honest, but hey, got a little deceptive, little honest. What can I say? That's how I roll.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Fine stiletto. Fine mother, fine male. Fine greatsword. Fine warbow. Fine mace. Already got a. He's got just a regular warbow with corrosive lash on it. A fine warbow would give him better accuracy. And I could further enchant it. Where is that? I thought I put it. I didn't give it to one of the characters. It's in the stash. Ah, drats. I'm not going to do any enchantments on it now. Maybe in the future. Alright.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Alright, now back to this leather worker. Talk to him. Something else you need? What can you tell me about Elis Heron? He shrugs. Only that her father's men have been banging down doors and stirring up trouble looking for her. I never met her myself. That's strange. Dangler told me you two were acquainted. He watches you and smiles slowly. He doesn't miss much. What exactly did he tell you? He said she was looking for an escape. Her father's dragged her out here to get hitched to some backwoods noble. She wanted an escape, all right, and I was happy to give it to her. We snuck across the river a few nights ago for some private time. Come to find out, we weren't exactly our own. An ogre, taller than Winthrift's tails, sprung out of the forest, and we were so lost in the heat of the moment, we didn't notice until it was upon us. I grabbed Alis and disappeared into the night before I could even pull my britches up. So you abandoned him? Why didn't you mention this to her father? His lordship's guards have bashed in enough doors looking for the girl. I'm not eager to have them do the same to my head. He measures you up with gaze. She could still be alive. I'm in no shape to go after her. But that Heron looks like he'd have some coppers to spare for anyone who found her. He scratches his cheek with fingers stained with red and yellow. Others around here have seen the ogre east of town. Took most of Rumbold's pigs just the other day. If someone were to find it, there'd be a lot of grateful people in Durford. Guess I'm looking for an ogre. I hope it's just one. One ogre I can handle. 2 ogres I can handle. 3 ogres I can handle. 5 ogres, that's a problem. Have I looked at these guys? I don't think so. Hero. You see a man stumble, unfamiliar vestments tripping him. He pushes himself to his feet, unsteady, and continues along the empty road. His lips are chapped and dry, skin glazed with dust, but something about the set of his jaw tells you he has far yet to walk. As night stains the sky, he stops, whispering a fire into existence with the help of some wood. He attempts to sleep, staring into the stars. He continues in this fashion for several days, only occasionally drinking water from a goatskin as he moves. It takes him days to reach the temple, and when he does, his knees falter and give way, crashing him to the ground. The monks take him in and share his tidings, meaningless to anyone but them, and when he is recovered, he begins anew, his stride strengthened with food and rest, mind clear with meditation and purpose, and a long way yet to walk. Deiden McLean. You see this man in the middle of a forest, back against a tree. His head is turned and he strains to hear something. He turns his head the other direction and slowly slides down the tree, ending in a crouch. He cautiously moves forward, keeping to the shadows. His steps are silent as he gingerly places his feet between twigs and leaves. A grunting noise echoes through the quiet morning and shuffling footsteps rustle as they approach him. He cranes his head around the trunk of a tree and spies his target. He edges his way around the tree, keeping in between him and his quarry. The shuffling comes closer, the grunting now accompanied by a wet snuffle. Bracing himself against the tree, he holds his position, waiting. Then, with almost supernatural grace, he pushes himself from the tree and swings around it to the right, practically running along its trunk, floating as he moves. He lands in front of the boar, rooting its way around the clearing, his knife flicking lightning across its neck. Before the startled animal can even react, he leaps onto its back, squeezing his knees into its sides and gripping the hair at the back of its neck. The beast starts to buck and tries to run for its attacker, but the man merely holds on and waits for the inevitable, enjoying the thrill of a hard-earned feast, thinking about what herbs would bring out the boar's natural flavor best. In seconds, the struggle is over, and the thrill is gone, replaced by the same dull craving that brought him here in the first place. It has left him faster even than the last time, and already he thinks about how he might top it. Alright, so I've done everything in town so far. Guess it's time to go look for some ogre. How are my construction going? 17 hours, alright. That's cool. Durford Crossing. 4 hours. Let's do it. In the sneaky mode. What do we have here? Beetle. It's the Beatles. Alright, so.
Hey.
Let's get Adair here. Stick here.
Tell me.
Gina here.
What?
Get Durance here.
How may I help?
Now off, you can back up a little bit.
I'm ready.
And
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
grieving mother, you grieve over here. And unload. Wait, it's a wood beetle, stone beetle. Let's just blow up the wood beetle. Kaboom!
Huh? Hey.
I'm ready.
Hey.
Tell me.
How may I help?
And do it again.
Yes?
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Que?
Huh?
How may I help?
Ah, got him!
Hey.
Yeah?
Que?
Nice and easy.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
I'm surprised I'm still getting experience from beetles. I haven't completely finished their grimoire yet, I guess. I don't mind. Getting me that much closer. Wow, I'm getting pretty close. Less than 1,000 left for Beefstick. And there. And a little over 1,000 for the others. Cool.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
They do flow deeply. More beetles. Azra beetle. Wood beetle. Stone beetle. I'm probably going to want to take out the Azra beetle first. I bet that's the toughest one.
Hey.
Alright.
Tell me.
Yeah?
Yes?
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Damn. It's only just injured. That thing is tough.
Hey.
Huh?
I'm ready.
How may I help?
Oh, you know what? I'm not even dicking around. Just drop a fireball right here.
Hey.
And there, don't move anywhere. Stay right there.
Tell me.
Gina there. Beefstick
Yeah?
there.
What?
And lay down some radiance. There we go. Got a line formed. Fireball's gonna drop right there.
I'm ready.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Kaboom!
Yes?
Your thoughts must flow deeply.
Huh?
I?
Just enough for one more of these.
Yes?
That Adra beetle's tough, I'll give it that.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
It's dead now, though. Yay, paid my hirelings.
Hey.
Huh?
I'm ready.
How may I help?
More hours.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Oh, there's more stuff. More beetles. This one's seriously beetle infested area. Stone beetle, Adra beetle.
Your thoughts must flow deeply
Let's back
indeed.
her up. Get beefsteak there.
Que?
Palagina here.
What?
Let's just kill this stone beetle. That survived, but it's almost done.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
I like this spell because it jumps from targets. It's very useful. Not too much focus either.
Hey.
Yeah?
Que?
Hey.
Que?
Hi?
Useless!
Yes?
Conflict worse than rust.
Que?
What?
Hi?
Perfect.
Yeah?
Que?
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Poison! Poison!
Suck it up, Palagina. You'll be fine. Nice.
Que?
Yes?
Laying low.
Back to sneaky mode. Cool Pilgrim's Crown. Although at this point I'm less into turning weapons into fine, or weapons and armor into fine weapons and armor, and more into making them into exceptional. Wow, this is a small area. Wait, can I cross over here though? That looks like it's possible to cross there. Skeletons will attack in 4 days. No problem. I got one curtain wall up. I'll get a couple more hirelings. Maybe I'll go back there and deal with it myself, but if not, I'll pick up some more hirelings. I'm sure I'll be able to handle it. Another beetle.
Hey.
Que?
Yeah?
So we've got a wood beetle and a stone beetle. And there's an Adra beetle here. It's too far away for me to shoot it though. Oh, another Adra beetle. Oh, okay. This is going to be a little more interesting here then. Okay. Okay, no problem. Gotta be wiser about this battle. So.
Hey.
Yeah?
Tell me.
Let's not go charging in.
Hey.
I need to form a good line around here. We'll get Adair here.
Que?
Get Palagina here.
Huh?
Get Beefstick about here. Move her back. Durance is in a good spot.
What?
He can go ahead and do his radiance. Alright, good.
Hey.
Now, there. Knock this down. Defense mode.
Que?
Palgina, you wait right there. You wait right there. Can we dominate this Adra beetle? That would be pretty awesome. Meanwhile,
How may I help?
Alok can lay down a fireball right about here. Cool.
Tell me.
Gina can now attack this beetle. Why are you running forward, Gooping Mother? What is the range on that spell? 5 meters. Okay, that's why. Alright. Do your thing.
Poison!
Did it work? Oh wow, damn, Durance is real hurt. From some lightning bolts. Alright. Lay down a healing circle. Ah, dominated. Very good.
Your thoughts must
I'll
flow
run
deep
back.
indeed.
Yeah?
I can have Beefstick come around. Attack this Adra beetle.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Can I command the beetle?
How may I help?
I'm ready.
Lava will be on sea.
the beetle acts on its own. It's just an ally for the time being. I see. It's only gonna remain an ally for a few seconds longer, though. But it's okay. It's in a good spot. When it comes out, I got it surrounded.
How may I help?
So endurance about here. Oh, there it is. It came out. Alright. Shoot that. Eder, where are you going? Why don't you knock this beetle down?
I'm ready.
Huh?
Whoa, beefstick getting all types of hurt.
What?
Might be too late, but let's give it a shot. Nope, not too late. Good. These Ager beetles are freaking tough. But I got this. This is almost over.
How may I help?
I'm not even gonna bother casting another spell. Although I'm gonna need to rest after this anyway, because Beefstick's health is real low. So might as well. Near death doesn't really matter.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Huh?
Those Ager beetles,
Wait.
man, they don't mess around.
Que?
Hey. Yes?
A second encounter here. Let's look around the area first.
Be cautious. Be constant.
Save the game, actually. Another beetle. Well, crap. If it's just one, though, then I can do this. It's a grieving mother. Let's just shoot from where we are. I'm gonna leave Beefstick in ranged mode because he's so low on health. And I'll just have Eder
Que?
and Pallegina go into melee.
Huh?
The great thing with Pallegina, with the pike, she doesn't even need to be right next to the creature to attack because she's got so much reach.
Que?
Usually it's not, doesn't really make a difference.
Hey.
But in those times where I'm all log jammed up and there are people one behind another and I
Your
can't
thoughts
get
must
all
flow
my
deeply
melee
indeed.
all my melee characters right next to an enemy, that'll be useful. She could stand behind Beefstick and Eder and stab at it. Alright, let's see what this is. I have the game saved just before that one beetle fight, which is whatever, no problem. So, let's see what we got. You stand within what looks to be a ruined shrine. The moss-covered remnants of an ancient statue lies before you. Only the broken legs and feet of the sculpture remain. Long grooves alongside it suggest that it could be moved. Near the base of the statue, you discover a skull carved into the stone. Let's look at the skull. The skull is carved into the stone in intricate relief, its mouth agape. Peering closely, you notice a rusty keyhole between its jaws. Let's pick the lock. After several attempts, you realize the rusted lock is beyond the skill of both you and your companions. Alright, let's use a hammer and chisel to gouge a hole near the statue. You chip away at the base of the statue. By the time your arms are numb from the ringing hammer blows, you've scratched out a hole just wide enough to fit 3 fingers. Air whistles through the gap, but whatever's on the other side, you won't be able to dig your way through it. Let's wedge a pry bar under the statue to move it. You place the pry bar into the hole you chiseled. Leaning onto it with all your weight, you feel the statue slide and grind along the grooves. The displaced pedestal reveals a dark passage descending into the earth.
There are beasts here. They are animals in human form.
Another creepy dungeon. Well, I'm not going there before I rest. So, let's rest. What do we have here? Oh yeah, the attack. 3 days, 24 hours, no problem. So, let's camp. That's going to get rid of my resting bonus from before, which is a bummer, but needed to be done. Grieving Mother. You feel a presence hovering nearby. When you turn, you see the grieving mother observing you. Concern crinkles the corners of her eyes and seeps into your mind. You wear a call of your own watcher. I see you shrouded by old lives and unanswered questions. Can you see the details of my past lives? She closes her eyes and you feel her energy directed inward at you. She searches your mind, your memories, and parts of you that feel numb and still. She is as gentle as a mother with a newborn. Finally, she retreats. I'm sorry, whatever secrets your soul hides are not present in your mind. Yes, I've felt them more and more as of late. This is why we journey together, that one may draw strength from many, and that much may be mended by the purpose of one. As she peers at you, her brow seems creased with a new kind of anxiety. Your obscure past, does it trouble you? No, whatever I've done, my decisions now matter more. She nods. I admire your clarity, Watcher, and I hope I may help prepare you for the decisions ahead. She retreats from you, fading into the background. If you did not already know she was here, you suspect you wouldn't notice her at all. Alright. Well, guess it's time to see what's below the statue. And we'll do that next time. So until then.